Maker Central, Birmingham, 2 days, done. Anything else?
Well, 3 days really. No, we can't do more boxes. We need something else in between. Well, since you two didn't come, I had to do all of the representation for the podcast and everything. I mean, the first night, I got some help because Glenn was there with his entire family, just for the Friday night at the Hilton Bar. Then he went home again and didn't come back. So that's also a way to do it, I guess. But yeah, Maker Central, it was great fun. A bit different, and it felt different than the last couple of years. I think mostly because it didn't feel like the Colin Firth show, because he was only there for the Saturday, and he didn't have a stand either. Instead of his usual corner, there was a big part of an airplane instead, because Tornado Dave took what's going to be his garden bunker in, so everyone can go inside and have a look at it and look at some crates, the airplane crates things. So you would have liked that part, I think.
Nice.
Oh, aluminium, pop rivets, crates.
Yes, very much that.
Matching doors. Nice.
So everyone got a chance to sign the front of it as well. So we all get buried with him. So it was fun to see that as well. But I spend most of my time at the Maker stand, helping Lucas make puppets, or teaching people to make puppets, which was enjoyable, especially after I had learned how to do it as well. Because I was, as I said to him, I was the Igor to his Frankenstein. I just tried to help out as much as I could. But I think I managed at least.
So we are going to see a puppet build from your part soon?
Maybe. Quite possibly, maybe, eventually. Who knows? Yeah, maybe. Let's go with maybe.
An alter ego?
Yeah,
JK?
It is rather scary how quickly hand puppets get their own personality, and they're always mischievous, it feels like. They're always some kind of goblin.
I think I follow 2 puppeteers, and because of that, I get a lot of puppet content from time to time. And there is one video that keeps resurfacing that I think is brilliant. There's a guy in front of a mirror with a puppet, like, day 1 of ventriloquism, and I'm like, week 2 of ventriloquism. And then week 3, and then the dummy takes over. You just speak until you're spoken to. And then it goes really dark, and like in week 4, he has a black eye. Like, help!
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. It was nice to see my Batlet pillow got a new home with Irechan and the Maker Swap, and she really seems to like it. So that was nice. Starting beating people up with it, as intended. And I myself got a carved spoon and some notebooks from Andy Pugh in the Maker Swap. So that was nice as well.
Oh,
nice. I did my best with the guerrilla marketing for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I printed out some flyers beforehand, 120 roughly. So every day before opening, I took a couple of the the programs for the show, and just went away a bit and put one flyer in each one and put them back and took another pile. So roughly 60 a day. Got a special treatment.
Nice.
And I also put up some posters promoting the podcast. I don't know if that made any headway, or we might have some new listeners. So welcome.
So
thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say that if you're one of the new listeners to this episode of Make Crude Mistakes podcast and came here from that pamphlet, then KJ is going to make you a surprise.
I thought you were going to say, if you're one of the new listeners that came here from that pamphlet, we're terribly sorry.
That too.
More of that, I would say. So yeah, we were just 3 nice guys having a maker podcast, doing it a bit weird since we have the half episodes. Maybe we should explain that at some point. I don't know, because yeah, we have one main show, and then the rest of it. That's about it. Published on different days. You'll get the hang of it, I'm sure.
Yeah, give it a couple of weeks and it's self-explanatory. Feels second
Yeah, exactly.
nature.
If you just give it time, and you'll figure it out. That's
Like anything in life, just give it time. It will pass, or it will kill you. But
Or you'll just get used to that niggling pain.
until something new comes and overshadows it, it's like
Exactly.
owning an old car.
Yeah, this is how it is now.
Yeah.
It was so nice to talk to Red Rocking Bird and Bobby Duke, but Ruth from Kids Event Stuff wasn't there, so I didn't get the chance to talk about the bootleg Secret Santa with her. So we neither got a blessing or a curse from the.
They are
From the
that
main
pissed off then.
Yeah,
let's assume that, yes.
Yeah, yes.
One of them is going. Then I'm not, and then she's and next year's Maker Central, we're going to get a friendly worded letter like you're not welcome because someone else want to be seen in the same venue as you. The NEC isn't large enough for the two of us.
Well, that might very well be.
Any of you set foot in Birmingham this weekend, bad things will happen.
Would that be enough to entice you to come, Phil? With someone hating you that much, just out of spite, come?
Well,
I would argue that is self-explanatory. You don't need to put it in writing that if you set your foot in Birmingham this weekend, bad things gonna happen. That's why you were going there, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, you're always going to be the arsehole in someone's story, as the saying goes.
I've never considered that, but now that you say it, that might be true.
I saw an interview with Jimmy Carr, and his lady asked him a question, and I don't remember what the question was, but his answer was, well, if you meet 3 assholes before lunch, you're the asshole. And I'm like, that stung a bit because am I the asshole? It's almost every day I stumble across assholes, often more than 3 before lunch. So the question is it me then?
Well, that depends on what kind of meetings I have at work. But most days I don't have to interact with any assholes. But some days I do.
Is that
Let's just
because
keep it at that.
you don't have to interact with that? Okay, let's not go there. All right, so you have been out traveling, so not much making then in that sense, except the lending a hand to some puppets.
Exactly.
That sounds weird. Sorry. So how about you then, Phil? Any making basically this week?
Absolutely none.
And what's your excuse? Did it feel like it?
Well, no, didn't feel like it, and I just got really started on a roll on putting things in. I know we're not allowed to talk about boxes, but okay, so I got in a roll on putting things away in uniform-shaped cubes with lids on, and throwing more crap away. And I wired up the new planer.
Yeah, it came to life.
Yeah, I wired up the new planer and I turned it on and it spins round. And it being an older and more high quality machine, it doesn't make anywhere near as much of a racket as the cheapo Titan did. I still got the Titan. Anyone in the Bristol area who wants to buy a nice Titan machine, it's a wonderful contraption. It's just £50, collection only. And I tried to plane some wood. It's very chatty, so it definitely needs some new knives. And
Oil.
it was, pardon?
Oil.
It could do with some oil,
Wax. Yeah.
wax, cleaning up all the rust.
But it's got potential.
It's got potential. It needs new knives. It needs a setup. Because I set the table to 0 millimeter cut, and it was still taking off, 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters.
It's close enough.
So it's not set up. It's not set up well, but it was not treated kindly getting out of where it came out of. It was a lot of manhandling. So I imagine any set it did have, probably it hasn't got any more.
How heavy was it?
Very heavy. It's 58 kilograms.
Not more. No.
I mean, it's chunky, but it's not super chunky. But...
It's not super chunky, no, but it's 58 kilograms, and it's very oddly shaped, and it was coming out of a very strange route up some steps. And at one point, someone grabbed the fence. I won't name any names, but it wasn't me. And sort of bent it slightly. So that needs a bit of TLC. It'll be a very good machine once it's had some, time and money spent on it. But I imagine the blades have never been changed.
No.
And I was looking at it, and I can get a spiral cut head drop-in straight replacement for about 250 quid if I wanted to go that way.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not bad at all. I mean, it's a...
How wide was it?
It's 12 inches, well, 12 and a half inches, whatever that equates to in metric terms. About
That's
that wide.
decent.
Yeah. And I don't know how long the bed is. I could look it up.
I would not need specifics.
Yeah. It's wide and long. It's bigger than the old one.
But you still have room for it. Or will have room for it. Yeah.
We'll have, yeah. I mean, things are getting moved around, and I'm doing quite a good job of clearing out crap I absolutely don't need. I can stand at the front of my garage, and I can see all the way through to the back wall now.
Ooh.
Yeah. Admittedly, only a small patch, but
Wall
You
is
drilled
wall.
out a hole.
wall is wall is wall. Yeah. So a lot of stuff has come out, and that is not an excuse to put more stuff in. And it's been nice and dry in there until it started raining again this week, and now I've got a little stream coming in again.
Oh.
So I need to get back on that train of getting the ceiling cement slurry stuff and slathering the side of the wall.
And making it someone else's problem.
Making it somebody else's problem, absolutely. Oh, and next week, assuming it's still there, because I haven't been to that campus to check that they haven't thrown it away, but next week I'll be getting my new bench as well.
Oh, so you just placed it somewhere else.
Well, no, it's in the place where it was, but it's got a great big sign stapled to it saying, Phil's do not dispose of. He's coming back for it. And all the people that need to know that I'm coming back for it. So it's a bank holiday on Monday, so I'll go there on Tuesday, make sure it's still there, and then I will book the van and corral some bodies to say, hey, who wants a really fun job?
Who wants to partake in this Russian roulette of which one of this middle-aged man is going to throw out this back this week? Spin the wheel.
A free workout.
Well, thankfully, all my staff, because they are all my staff, are all significantly younger than I am. So I can just direct them, lift that up, I know it's not your job, but lift that up. Take it up there.
Wow. Extracurriculum activities. It's
Speaking of Russian roulette, I had a fantastic joke the other day. It said it's only Russian roulette if it's from the roulette region of Russia. Otherwise, it's just sparkling suicide.
oh,
Great. So what about you, Hor?
And good evening.
good.
I'll see myself out. Go on, talk about crates.
I know it's not the thing, but I still feel the need later on to Google. Is there a region in Rushland or elsewhere called roulette? I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the word revolver, which also is related to Volvo. We're rolling something, and then yeah. But let's not stumble into that rabbit hole. Let's stumble into another hole that is not as deep because it's boundaried by a bottom and perhaps a lid. One might call it a box. I am showing immense self-restraint and bravery. One might almost say, just being here recording this episode, because today, a couple of hours ago, I got a message that some packages have been delivered to my door, and once I got home, lo and behold, I now have boxes for stuff. Boxes with a lot of smaller boxes in them to put a lot of small different stuffs in it. So my next couple of weeks are going to be sorting electrical components, nuts and bolts. And the thing is, I'm going to enjoy it immensely. So, but we don't need to go into the details here, as I'm going to pester everyone on Instagram with pictures every day going forward.
How many flat surfaces do you have to actually spread this out so you can overview it nicely and move stuff from here to there and see what goes together?
I need to clean my work table for said purpose. And I realized the boxes are larger than I envisioned. Even if I made a cardboard cutout to just visualize the size. But still, I'm going to fill them up in an evening, probably. So I'm thinking these 6 is just the first trial run. They look really good, so I'm going to order more. So these first 6 one is going to be the electrical components, and I'm struggling to see how I can fit all my electrical diggies in these 6, but I'm going to give it a good try. Because of course, zip ties and like these heat shrinks and whatnot, that goes into electrical components in my book, and they take a lot of room in boxes. So we'll see. So yeah, I'm a sorter now, not a hoarder, which is nice. It's an upgrade. But to be able to actually have some flat surfaces to put those on, I need to finish my my Eurocrate trolley, which even took me by surprise how fast that went. Because I sat down one evening and like, all right, let's try to sketch up something, because I do have a CNC that I haven't used in a while, so I might put that to use. Having home office one day, I can just let it run in the background. And so I did, painted some old plywood and knocked it out. So last night I did the last red danger stripes on the sides, and I've printed all the lettering for the light panel. So those needs to be glued in place, but other than that, it's done. But I realized 220 volts is a bit overkill. Also a bit, I almost electrocuted myself while playing with it. So I realized that I do have a battery connector for the Bosch 12 volt battery, which I have a lot of. So instead of the 220 connector. I just swap it out with the battery connector, and I ordered a 12-volt light bulb that fit in a traditional E14 socket. So I don't have to modify anything. Actually, I just swap out the bulb and add the battery, and the switch and everything is going to work perfectly. So once that is done, I just have to take some beauty shots and do the final edit. So there might be a build video soon. First in a series of many box-related videos. So
Lovely.
I see that people have probably already realized that, so they've started unsubscribing already before the video this time. So it's nice. Oh my God, it's just going to post box content, isn't it? Yes, let's unsubscribe now before we're trapped. It screws with our algorithm.
All the psychics in your
Yeah,
viewership.
I'm the clairvoyance channel of the maker community.
The psychics are gone, only the psychos left.
Yeah.
I'm staring into my crystal ball, and I see a large beard and boxes, hundreds of boxes, all different sizes, but all internationally dimensioned and to the ISO standard.
Is he starting a Minecraft server?
Oh, that's how you get the views. That is I follow a channel called Grind Hard Plumbing, and they basically just build car, motorcycle, snowmobile related stuff in the woods of, I think it's Idaho. But every once in a while, they make like an hour and a half long video. So it's like a feature length movie almost, where they go on a road trip or whatnot. And for those videos, they actually spend the time that you need to spend, and of course the money, to get the rights to use proper music, not just some free or some audio. So they're like, I think in the last video, I think they got like Freebird and some AC/DC and whatnot. And I must say that if I had unlimited funds, that would be great, because I'm making a box video now, and I'm very pleased with the YouTube free music that I found for it. But if I can use Raiders of the Lost Ark theme tune and maybe a 20-second clip of that storage before I seamlessly switch it over to my own workshop and create solutions, I mean, it would make for better videos. So, but here we are. So people will just have to use their imagination.
Yep. There's nothing that can't be solved by throwing lots of money at it. But I think you probably need a lot of money.
Yeah, stupid amount
to get those clips and music.
But
just forego the. Yeah, I mean that depends. I mean, some of them just take your earnings, don't they? And some of them more of a cease and desist.
Yeah. Most. I mean, if you're making money, they just take the money. That's the best scenario, unless you do something that they don't feel is in the spirit of the brand. Then they will give you a copyright strike, and you have to take it out or whatnot. So, yeah, it's best not to go that route. But yeah. But I've always been fascinated by that. I see some videos where it looks, at least to me, obvious that they have an idea of a narrative, but several places along that narrative there is an innuendo or a reference to another pop cultural phenomenon or a movie or something, and then they just show a 2-second video clip from "Dude, Where's My Car?" or a quote from that movie that is the same as used in this. And how do they find these clips? How do you know that it is a little segment 1.5 hours into Pulp Fiction where he says doohickey, and like, oh yeah, I'm going to use that because I'm saying doohickey in my script. So some people out there, I can't see how they have enough time to make the videos that they're making and also have time to accumulate all that first-hand knowledge you have to videos and music to just like, all right, I know there is something there that will match for this. Yeah,
we actually talked a bit about that at Maker Center, because we realized that some people just take in and store that information whether they want it or not. They just have a quarter of their brain filled with quotes and stuff from pop culture, and they can't really help it, it feels like. So I think that those kind of people just knows roughly where to go, and then it's not too. But I don't not have that kind of a brain. I barely retain anything like that.
Yeah, it goes in, it stays for the length of time that it was required to be there. It's like RAM.
Yes. 95% of all the stuff that people quote, the obscure stuff, that's been in the RAM and it's lost.
I'm operating on very old, unstable RAM with a resettable BIOS upon reboot. So if I go and have a nap, I'm reset the factory default. Can't remember shit.
The information I need to know at this very moment it's probably available, but give me a day, it'll be gone.
It's in deep storage.
It's not even in deep storage, it's just gone. Just fuss it out into the universe. That energy has depleted and it's gone somewhere else.
But that's the thing, though. It's not the physical medium of storage there is something wrong with. Because if you do something cringeworthy, my brain has no problem storing that and bringing that up for the next 30 years. If I have 2 seconds to myself, oh, do you remember that time you said that? No, I do. God damn it.
But ask me what I did this morning, I haven't a clue.
No. But what I said in 9th grade to what was my crush then? Oh, yes. No.
And the more you think about it, the more you will remember it.
Exactly.
Stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about it.
That's all I can think about now. But I was reading this thing the other day about memory, about how when you remember something, you're not remembering the actual moment. You're remembering a memory, and that's why, like a VHS tape that gets copied over and over again, the quality of that memory gets worse over time, and that's how you can
get over trauma. Basically, it's like
and remember things which you can definitely say, no, I definitely remember that happened when it didn't actually happen at all.
Yeah. Someone described memory as doodling with a really weak pen. Every time you think of a memory, you just draw the lines again and again. So the things you think about most, those are the clearest, and things you haven't thought about, they just fade away in the background. And then you're really able to redraw that shape to something completely different over time.
Yeah, and that is, of course, also something you need to consider when you are remembering something vaguely. And sometimes I do. I remember, I remember doing that when I was a kid. And then I can go and ask my mother, I have this vague memory about this. And she could say yes or no, or elaborate on it. But she's even older than me. So this is even further, relatively to your age. This is relatively further back to her. But then again, she wasn't as young when it happened. But I have a vague memory. And then she has a vague but separate memory of that same event. So it's like taking 2 whole papers and keeping them over. The holes doesn't overlap, so it will not give you the full picture anyway. It is 2 distorted pictures making just different distorted collage of what might have happened or not happened. There is a poem in there, I'm sure, but give it time. Give it time, and it will come to me, or I will forget about it.
That's more likely.
So what we're saying is we've probably forgotten to remember.
Yeah,
maybe.
most likely.
What were we talking about?
Often the answer is I don't know, but I've come to that point in life where I can very easily also, but I don't care either. So
Yeah,
it's all good.
It's really nice not to care.
Yeah.
And speaking about not caring, that's kind of what Sam, Look Mom New Computer, is doing with the Eurovision. Because UK did not get that many points.
1 point.
1 point.
Someone shan't name names asked me at one point that was you, wasn't it? And I remember I did not realize that the Eurovision was on Saturday. So I just sat down and I'm going to find something to watch. And then, it's on. And then I ended up having a chat with Glenn, had a beer, and just went to bed. And then I got up, and I don't read the news anymore. So I can't go to any news because then you will be flooded with all the rest of the piss of the world. So just this is Instagram material. So just Eurovision, and then all right, Bulgaria won. So all right, so Sam didn't come in first at least, and okay. So then I went back to sleep, and then I started seeing clips. So oh yeah, he did not come in first. He did not even come in close.
Got 1 point from the juries and 0 points from the public.
Oh.
Wow.
But it must be more fun to be down there than somewhere in the middle, because then it's just a laugh.
Yeah, if you're gonna fail, you want to fail spectacularly, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like really, really, really get it really wrong.
But that's also the thing, though. I can't be bothered to listening to all the other songs, but I think his song is kind of catchy, and by that, then the rest should be more catchy than that, since he came in last. But I can't be bothered listening to the others as quality control to see if this is right.
I guess most of them were decent, so there weren't any bad songs, I would say. But yeah, it was nice that Bulgaria took the lead at the end and knocked Israel down a peg, because they were in the lead for the last 10 or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But then Bulgaria overtook them by over 200 points or something like that. So that was nice.
That's good. That's good. There is some justice in the world. That's nice to know.
Yeah.
So, Maker Central, check. Boxes, check. Eurovision, check. I think we've covered broadly the entire week, haven't we?
It feels like it.
I really don't feel like. I honestly feel like very little time has passed between the last time we sat here and did this. It's just been a bit of a blur, to be honest.
I feel both very, very little and very. It feels both like a couple of days ago and a month ago. So yeah, I'm a bit conflicted.
We're all just very tired.
Yes.
Yes, that too.
Yeah, I'm still on a sleep deficit, I feel.
I went home early today. Not to end work, basically, but I'm home alone with the kids. The wife should be home within a few minutes. And Tuesdays are the days where we do everything. I mean, I have to go to work and I need school and kindergarten, obviously. But then it's all the after activities. It's dance and gymnastics, and of course, for the gymnastics, every other week we pick up a friend of our oldest daughter, and this week it was our turn. And since I'm home alone, it's my turn. So I went home after lunch just to be home, so it's quicker to when the day ends to just go on the pickup run. And then going to dance and just sitting there. It's very much back to school for me because I was sitting outside the classroom in the hallway, having all kinds of deja vu while waiting for the youngest to finish. And then we barely got home to unbox some of the boxes, and then we had to leave again. And then we came home roughly an hour before we started recording and trying to get a hyped up 6 and 8-year-old fed and teeth brushed, undressed, and in bed and calmed down within an hour. That's a bit of a stretch. So, yeah, everything's a bit of a blur. That being said, though, I can't hear any noises from upstairs. So either they're very sneaky about it, but they haven't really learned that yet. So I think I'm in the all clear.
I know that you especially if you Phil aren't the traveling type, but I mean you who are a bit at least. I must say I really like the temporary eSIM you get for your phone when your cell provider isn't that good when traveling, we say so. Because my cell provider doesn't really think that the UK is a place you want to go to, it feels like. Because
Oh yeah,
there's no data plan for that. It isn't included. So my cell provider offers 250 megabytes data for 8 quid.
oh, that's like
That is a robbery.
two pictures. Yeah.
So instead, I got.
Sorry, did you say megabytes?
I had 250
He did.
megabytes.
Yes.
Wow.
For £8.
That's just not. That's not even a robbery. That's grave digging. They're
That's
taking
just a
your
war
not
crime,
your
really,
you,
isn't
but
it?
you're in.
Yeah, war crime is also something you can.
Yeah.
They're not only taking you, but your entire lineage to the cleaners.
So instead, I did this last year as well. Got an eSIM Maya Mobile. It works. It's a nice one, and I used that on my second phone, and that cost for £5. I got 5 gigabytes instead, which is reasonable, I would say, for the entire weekend. So then I used that on my second phone. So my primary phone is still I have that SIM for that, and my secondary phone, which is for filming that sort of thing, that just is connected to the eSIM, and then I hotspot to the other one, the Wi-Fi. So I have all the connections everywhere.
How do you pay for this eSIM? Do they take any currency? I mean, is it a burner phone alternative if you pay with unmarked something electronic currency?
Yeah, I haven't tried paying with something else than my
That money? No, okay.
my card, but I'm sure you can do some bitcoins or something like that. Maybe, I don't know.
I was thinking,
Bitcoins.
or I was thinking it's maybe easier to just go to the local co-op and buy a Google gift card. If you can pay with that, it's relatively untraceable.
Yeah, that probably works as well. But do you feel need for a burner phone? What are you planning?
It's not something that dictates a need, but it always felt like, oh, I'm going to use the burner phone for this. Leave no trace. But it is expensive. I mean, if you're using a burner phone like your regular phone and just keep it, and then you're leaving all sorts of trails. So it's like, it doesn't feel right unless you use it and you send some messages and, all right, meet me at the Annecy, and then you do as in the movies. You take I mean, it's a eSIM and it's no SIM card, but then you have to break the phone and throw it in the closest bin bag, and then Yeah.
Yeah. There used to be a really good service where you could buy just a bunch of effectively burner phone numbers, which would then forward to your phone number.
Oh, yeah.
Which was kind of useful if you were using Facebook Marketplace or Gumtree or one of the many questionable sales places. And you didn't actually have to put your real phone number in, but I don't even know if they're still.
No. And the problem there is that they recycle numbers so quickly now, so you will get a lot of calls to those numbers. Here it's just a data plan, so there's no number to call really. So that's nice in that sense.
Yeah, but it is weird though today in 2026 that there's such a difference between phone companies and countries, because in Norway the main operators, I mean within the greater Europe, it's the same price for calling and data plans. When I'm going to the UK, just like welcome to the UK. Calling and data is the same cost, and it's on your regular plan.
Yeah.
So,
I do have a cheap ass cell provider plan thingy. So it's only within the EU and Norway and that sort of thing. The EU and the closest friends, which UK is not included in.
Well,
to be honest, they did that to themselves.
Yes.
Well, don't worry. We're talking. They're talking about having yet another referendum. Should we join the European Union? Yeah, this news probably hasn't reached you yet, but yeah, they're talking about the selling point of whatever party in the face of the rise of extreme right-wing fascism. Maybe what we could do is dangle the prospect of, hey, you remember when we were in Europe and it was actually really quite good and you could go on holiday and you didn't need a visa and you could just go and you didn't have to fill in all this paperwork if you wanted to post something somewhere.
You could easily order things online and have it overnight.
From good old days, yeah.
I thought the reformer people tried to brick up the island even more than before.
Oh well, reform. Let's not make this too political, but reform play heavily on nostalgia for a past that never existed.
Oh yeah, we get there. That's here as well.
It's like, well, how far do you go back? Is it those Saxons from Germany, or was it the Romans, or was it the
it was the green, luscious days of Doggerland.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Basically, back when there was, feudal territories and lots of druidism, and then the Romans turned up with their European ideals, and it all went to shit. That's what we want to go back to. Wealthy landowners and a shitload of serfs. But anyway, yes, they're talking about, and in trying to fight that, they're talking about potentially having another referendum to rejoin the EU, if the EU would even have us.
Yeah, that's the thing though. The price has probably gone up. Or is it like they have like a 2-for-1 deal? I mean, if you, it's like a cell phone plan, isn't it? You have to commit yourself for 10 years, then you get 75% off after year 3.
So who knows? But hey, you never know. After 2028, I think, is the next election. Was it 2030? I can't remember. I don't know.
Well, that's eons away. That's
a lot can happen in that time nowadays.
A week is a long time in politics, as they say.
But yeah, I was gonna say, but when you choose, so we welcome you back. But we never been in, so.
Maybe you should try to beat them to it.
Thank you for that glowing endorsement.
What we have done is that we voted no but we are in Norway it's EES, and it's a European something EEF. It's basically that we have to conform to everything that the the EU says, but we also have to pay a lot of money for said services and rules that we have to follow and abide to be able to trade. But we get none of the benefits of actually being in the EU. So the people were very happy, like, oh, we voted no. Yeah, but we still want to trade, so we have to adhere to all these rules anyway. But now we have to pay extra for that.
But money isn't a problem for you. You're the Saudi Arabia of Europe.
Yeah, but then again, we don't get any of the other perks of actually being in the EU. So, but yeah, at least we say we voted no and stuck. I was going to say stuck to our guns, but it's not even that. So,
Stuck 2 fingers up.
Yeah, you're sort of emo rebels there and there.
Yeah. So,
but how if we? I'm feeling very inclusive today. I think we talked about it earlier, and now we're having chats with Canada to strengthen the Arctic region. And I've always said that let's get Finland into Scandinavia, Iceland, Faroe Islands. I feel like those are my brothers and sisters already. Scotland, sure, Ireland. So let's bring the Isles in. Let's make the Nordics. So instead of Britain going and joining EU, let's keep it north of the Channel, shan't we?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a bit too far south.
Yeah, so Scotland can come in once they've split out of the United Kingdom and they gain independence. They can join the Nordics. Is that what you're saying?
You said that, not me. But I mean the.
So you're going to
if you
place
draw
like
a line from the south of Denmark straight over, then you're not far off.
So you would like to put 2 chain dredges, one in Inverness and one in Fort Williams, and just there is already a big cleavage here, and then let's separate it here. So, I mean, you will lose the southern parts of Scotland, but I mean, it's if you're going to cut something, it's a natural fault line to follow.
Well, we have that wall of Hadrianus. What was it called?
Hadrian's Wall.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
And that's
Just rebuild that one.
Built by the Romans, either to keep the Scottish out or keep them in, depending on which side of the wall you're stood on.
I mean, a locked door is good from both sides. A door that's locked from both sides, perhaps. Yeah.
Am I the one being locked out or locked in? Well, that's the old philosophical question we all asked ourselves at some point, I guess.
Or, Watchmen. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
Yes.
Good with that as well.
Yeah.
It's good to know in that scenario who you are really, who is locked in with who.
Yeah.
You say the Watchmen, but isn't it also in the what's the other British? Don't remember. It was 2 movies. Yeah. Well, anyway, it was a British movie, so of course there was a scene in a pub. And someone was making an arse of themselves, and this one gentleman just quietly went up to the door, and I thought, well, he couldn't take it, he's leaving, and then he just quietly locked the door from the inside and turned around. It's time to teach him manners. That is
the
so
Kingsmen.
Yeah, the Kingsmen. Yes,
Kingsmen. Yeah,
it's so cool. At some point, it would have been cool to be in that situation where you can just, all right, lock the door. You're in here for this now. I wouldn't know what anyone would be in with me now, but yeah, the feeling of locking that door, it must be immense.
And that's to continue referencing British culture in Terry Pratchett. It's when there's a riot and that sort of thing in Ankh-Morpork, and they lock up the guy in charge, but his cell has locks on the inside as well, so he's locked in there to be safe from all the ruckus. So he's just where he wants to be. So make sure that the easiest cell to put you in, you have locks on the inside of the door as well.
I still need to read some Terry Pratchett.
Yes, you do.
Yep. And I made a promise that I would.
Yeah. I'm a bit more than halfway through the first season of Black Books. So I'm keeping up with my my part of the deal.
That's an easier part of the deal, I feel, but
yeah, I mean,
yeah, I haven't even purchased or otherwise acquired a Terry Pratchett novel.
How many? 30 books in the Discworld series or something like that, I think.
I'll pick one and I'll see if I like it.
I'm sure I can give you some suggestions of where to start, depending on what you're after.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. Maybe I should just start with the first one.
No.
No?
No.
No.
Go like 5 books in from the start or something like that, and see. Are you interested in wizards with a wizard school thingy, or witches in the countryside, or the city guard, or death, as in the person? Those
yes.
Yeah, so either whatever you feel like on a particular day, then just there's somewhere there is a good place to start.
Somewhere sort of like book 5 onwards. Okay.
Because I mean the early ones aren't bad, but he got his stride, so to say, after, I think it might be book 5 or something like that.
Okay.
We can Google it a bit and talk about it in the Half-Find.
Indeed.
or you can go back to episode 128, was it, where we talked about this in depth.
What are you
I
trying
thought
to
you
be
didn't
Glenn
retain
here
any
and remembering
information.
stuff?
Exactly. But as we talked about in the beginning of the episode, a memory is just a VHS copy of someone else's illusion of a memory or whatever. So, yeah.
This is all an illusion. We're just figments of your imagination.
Yeah. This isn't actually a podcast. This is just in your head. Think about that.
Wow. Wish I had a bit more
That is
imagination.
scary if that is true. Maybe we are not here. Maybe we are just the construct of someone's. Oh, how sad is that, to have a mind that you're able to construct 3 separate worlds coming together in a podcast, and this is what you come up with?
I'm impressed, I must say.
3.
You might need help, but I am impressed.
Yes. Definitely get help. But yeah, it's like the one who smeared his own shit all over his cell. Like, yeah, this is weird, but it's impressive. He got it all the way up under the ceiling. So.
Was that the best thing you could? Oh yeah.
You could actually pinpoint the exact moment when KJ's brain pieced together that visual for him to see.
And once again, for all the new listeners, welcome, and I'm sorry.
And this is perfectly normal. Do not adjust your set.
No.
Well, normal, is that really a word we use around here?
It's normal for us.
It's normal for us.
Should we go to the half pint?
We should.
Yes, please.
Half pint flag has been waved.